Seltzer Kings.
Podcasts.
The world moves fast. Your workday, even faster. Pitching products, drafting reports, analyzing data. Microsoft 365 Copilot is your AI assistant for work. Built into Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and other Microsoft 365 apps you use. Helping you quickly write, analyze, create, and summarize. So you can cut through clutter and clear a path to your best work. Learn more at Microsoft.com/M365 Copilot.
Where's Lily's necklace?
Someone left a bracelet in my bed last week. Oh, wait, was it a hoop earring?
I'm not playing with you.
Don't you get it? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, you don't, huh? Let me spell it out. I tell you about a working on-campus casino. 6 hours later, it's held up by a guy your size wearing a mask who happens to be covered in a thin film of drywall dust and the stench of Drakkar cologne.
My cologne stinks? So all this play I've been getting is from pure sex appeal?
You just told my classmates that your old life of crime was calling. You just asked me about Lily's necklace.
I can't believe you think I'd do that. To you. After all we've been through.
After all we've been through, can you really blame me?
Well, look who it is. It's the listeners to our podcast. Welcome to another episode of Boys Watching Veronica Mars. We're just two boys watching every episode of Veronica Mars for the first time, giving our review and our reactions. We're your hosts. I am Joe Welke.
I am Vance.
And today we're talking about Season 3, Episode 5, titled President Evil. Ooh. Directed by Nick Mark. Written by Jonathan Moskin and David Moulet. Original air date October 31st, 2006 to an audience of 2.7 million people. And before we get into the episode, everybody, just a reminder to join our Discord. The link is in the show notes. A lot of conversations going on Discord, especially about our new Patreon series, True Blood, which we are tackling. Mm-hmm. We are in bon temps. So you can find that on patreon.com/boyswatchingbuffy, where we will also be releasing our episode on Twilight New Moon this month. That's the February movie, as we work our way through the Twilight series. Back on our vampire bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, how's it going, Vance? What's up?
It's going. It's up. You know, just watching these shows, ready to talk about them. You know.
Yeah. Not a lot of up top stuff today.
No,
not a lot of up top stuff today.
We can get right into this.
Yeah, I'm going to be drinking one of Mark's that he sent us, a strawberry watermelon ice C4. Want to try that?
Did he send that too?
Big boy. Oh wait, no, that wasn't him.
No.
That was Courtney.
Yeah,
that was Court.
Come on, let's credit these where credit's due. But I am going to drink one of these Alani Juicy Peaches that you claim give you
feel immortal.
The best day ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, last week when I had one, had a great day. Had a great day afterwards.
All right, we'll see.
Have you had one of these before?
I'm sure I have, but you kind of hoard them all.
Lies.
I'm surprised I even got this one.
Lies. I dropped them off to Vance last night, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know if the count was right, though. I don't know if the count was right.
What's your first impression of the...
They deliver 5 packs of these. They come in 5 packs. Is that how it happens?
No, wow. This strawberry watermelon ice bangs, though. The flavor is great.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the juicy peach?
Yeah, I think I definitely had this before. It's definitely peach.
Yeah.
Definitely peach.
Yep.
Yeah. It doesn't. It's
I'm
not
excited for you.
It's not one of those ones that I would say I would save like you save. The flavor doesn't put it on my savior.
Look, I'm going to be honest with you. The flavor isn't the best. It's dwarfed by some other peach ones. But for whatever reason, that one gives me the best energy and best day. It's like a good luck charm of like, they're so good. I don't know. I can't explain it.
All right.
But anyway, President Evil. What did we predict for this bad boy?
I predicted that Weevil would be running for shop steward or union head for the maintenance workers, and you predicted that Veronica finds the rapist, it's a zombie, has to shoot it in the head.
What? Dude, I fucking nailed that shit. Holy hell.
Yeah.
Forgot how good I am at predicting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
not accurate at all. Except for she kind of finds, I don't know about, I don't even know what percentage I could give you. It's a zombie is still up for debate.
True.
Yeah.
True. Could be. But the episode opens up with Veronica talking to Claire. But the first note that I have here is Veronica talks to Claire. The second note that I have is these shaved head wigs are awful.
What is this cap that they put her in? It is so bad. It's like
they're so bad. It's like they put like artificial turf on top of it.
Yeah. It's like that doesn't look like hair at all. Like just go straight bald cap or put her in a wig.
Yeah. It's so bad. And it bothers me that like the hair is different colors.
Yeah.
Like on all of them.
Yeah, it's like they shaved their head and then dyed it.
Yeah. Because they did a recap of like all of the shaved heads in the recap, and then you see the girl from the rally, and hers is like brown and green.
Yeah.
We see Parker's, and it's just bad, and then this girl's is just oof. But Veronica goes, "Hey, I have a picture from the ATM the night that you got raped. Can you identify this guy?" And Veronica shows her the picture. Claire's like, "No, I don't recognize that guy at all." And then Veronica goes, "All right, well, he's got a logo on his polo shirt. Can you see and identify what that logo is?" Claire's like, "No, dude, this is pixelated as hell. Can you see it?" I was very puzzled about Veronica asking her this. It felt like a leading question or something, but yeah, Claire's like, I can't. I'm sorry, I'm worthless right now. And Veronica's like, "Okay, well, no harm, no foul, but I'm on the case. Just know that." Claire's like, "Thanks. Who are you again?"
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the opening scene for Veronica Mars.
Yeah, I mean,
we go to class.
At least she did it. At least this is the thing I talked about last episode that needed to happen.
Well, that's about that for the rest of this episode, except for the end of the episode. A nice little bookend of the.
There's another part in the middle too, a little short part.
But we go to class where my prime suspect, T.A. Foyle, is teaching the class because Professor Landry is like a star witness in some kind of case or something, or the star expert that they're needing for him for a trial. And they're doing like oral presentations, and Foyle calls Veronica to the front of class, and Veronica basically does a show and tell with Weevil to talk about his life as a criminal in the gang. And there's some random hot blonde girl that's like, "So, Mr. Weevil, I know that you're like part of a gang, but like, is there like any part of you that misses being in a gang?" And Weevil's like, "Yeah, sure, there is. Like, it was fun. We did cool crimes. It was nice to have money in my pocket, but I'm trying not to go back to that life because it was actually not good for society." And everyone's like, "Yay!"
How successful are the PCHers? Like,
yeah,
he's talking about it like he's with the Hells Angels or something.
I thought they were just like kind of high school. I don't know. They were doing drug dealing for the Fitzpatricks.
But they didn't want to do drug dealing. That was the thing.
You just wanted to ride their bikes around.
I don't know. Foyle at the beginning of the scene really hits the oral presentation hard, and then calls Veronica up and says, "Blow us all away." And I was just like, all right, we're going hard with this. Like, your prediction
dude, it's him. The hair on his head is made from the women whose heads he shaved.
That wig is so bad.
Like, he is who did it in my mind. And I'm not wavering. Even once they find out with like definitive evidence on it, no, there's still something up with that guy, Foyle. I don't like him.
Yeah.
So Weevil talks to Veronica after class. They're just chit-chatting about life. And Weevil's got some kind of like really bad rash on his face. Did you notice that?
It's got like acne breaking out, probably from the medication that he's on that we found out. I was
kind of assuming. Yeah. But they're talking about what they're doing for Halloween, and Veronica's like, I'm going to meet Logan at this one dorm that they're calling the Venetian. It's because they have gambling going on there. And then Weevil looks at Veronica's necklace, and she's like, oh, yeah, Lily gave me this necklace. And then Veronica's like, I'm going to go meet up with Logan. And Weevil's like, you're going to meet up with Logan after how he treated Lily? And Veronica's like, meh.
She tells him that she's dating Logan. That's his reaction.
Yeah. Did they see Logan? Like, because there was a girl that Weevil was looking at, and they like lingered on her for a little bit. She had like a pink top, and Veronica notes that Weevil's looking at this girl, and I was like, who is that? What's the significance of that woman?
It's just to show that Weevil's got the riz.
All right. From downtown? He's got the riz?
From what? From downtown?
From downtown? Like they were far away from that girl.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. The Lily wearing, the girl from the class was like flirting with him. And then there's a line later. So, the thing about Weevil, the thing that I thought about after I watched this episode, Weevil's like, you're dating Logan after the way he treated Lily. And my thought with that was, why wouldn't you be more upset with her dating Logan based off of how he treated you and how he treated Veronica? like Lily's like a step away from that. Like, you've hung out, like Weevil has hung out with Logan outside of, like, you know, like they teamed up last season to solve the Felix case.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm Veronica, I'm like, I'm getting you a job after you shot a shotgun at my boyfriend's car that I was in.
He didn't shoot the shotgun at the car,
but his gang did.
I'm okay with Weevil being upset with Veronica dating Logan based off of the way Logan treated Veronica and the way Logan treated him. But I think it's just like kind of a forced Lily thing where they're like, you're dating him after the way he treated Lily? Because I don't know how he treated Lily. He like made out with a girl next to her.
Yeah.
Like, I think I don't know what else Lily their relationship was. Sleeping with his dad. Yeah, that was consensual dad banging.
Yeah.
That is, like, the dad's wrong, but she was doing that like repeatedly. That's what I get what they're going for, but like, he's not like there wasn't enough to show that Logan was like an abusive boyfriend to Lily. He might have like made out with another girl at a party when they were like on a break, but
yeah, I feel like Lily did that too, though.
I mean, she's, like you said, she's hooking up with his dad.
Yeah, Lily's a sweet little angel, though. She definitely didn't need to be taken out. She's the best. We need to make a memorial for that girl. Anyway. So we then see Wallace is in class, and he's sad because it looked like he failed his test.
Yep.
Then we have Veronica at the Mars Investigations office, and she stops because there's a convertible outside, and she goes into the office and she's like, Dad, there's a Porsche outside. We should call the city because it's parked in the fucking red zone and blah, blah, blah. She walks into the office and it is the dean's Porsche. The dean is there with his wife, who is a smoke show hot babe. And there's something up with the wife's ex-husband that they need to find the ex-husband. Is what they're talking to Keith about.
I noticed when Veronica sees the car out front of the store, that out front of their the Mars investigation, the storefront across the street says San Diego on it.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I think they're just dropping all notions that Neptune is a city, and they're just like, this is San Diego.
I was like, it wouldn't say San Diego. Like, Neptune is its own place. It would not just say San Diego on it. But they're like, no, this is San Diego. We're filming in San Diego. That's it. They're not even hiding it.
Keith later on is like, they're in San Diego. Then Veronica's like, oh, we're going to the college in San Diego. Like, they're just like, Neptune isn't.
Was it season 1 like a 2-hour drive? Like, wasn't it like a couple hour drives to San Diego? Did you have to take like an hour drive back and forth?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. That's, minor nitpick oversight by them not to like cover up that store sign. But yeah.
I mean, Balboa County, where Neptune is, like Balboa Park is like a big thing in San Diego, and it's San Diego, dude. Like they're just dropping all notions of Neptune. But so they're talking about how they need to find the wife's ex-husband. Then we go back to Wallace, and Wallace goes up to the teacher and he's like, hey man, I think I dug myself quite a hole in this class already. How do I go about dropping this class? And the TA or whatever is like, you'd have to get into a time machine because that shit passed last week. And Wallace is like, fuck.
Yeah. And this TA is played by a guy I recognize, Todd Bosley, who was in Little Giants. And he's been in Scrubs.
Oh, shit.
The OC.
Little Giants.
Yeah.
Wow. Rick Moranis.
Yeah, I saw that guy's face and I was like, oh my God. I know that kid. But yeah.
So we go to Veronica. She's scanning the pic of Claire with the ATM rapist potential guy. And she does the classic TV enhance on his logo on his shirt. She sees it's from a camp called Camp Waterloo. So she calls Camp Waterloo, and for absolutely no reason at all, she puts on a True Blood accent. And she's like, hey there, I'm trying to get one of them there class reunions. I'm trying to get a class reunion going here, and we need the names, addresses, and phone numbers of everybody that's been at the camp for the last 5 years. Oh, bless your heart.
She does that accent. She pulls out her old Virginia accent because this place was in Virginia. So she's doing the accent that she used with, God, what was his name?
Abel Kuntz.
Abel Kuntz. Yeah, she's dusting off that accent. And this is a fun accent episode because we get another one later. Not from her. But I thought this was absolutely insane that she asked for the campers list from the last 5 years.
Yeah. Names, addresses, and phone numbers.
What? How are you giving this to some stranger that called? And if you were actually and she was pretending to be a former camper that wants to do a reunion, right? Her name would not be on any of this list. She uses her name, Veronica Mars. You'd be like, oh, Veronica Mars, another camper wanted this. And I'd be like, who's Veronica Mars? She's never been to our camp.
Well, I thought that she gave her a different name at the beginning of the phone call, but then at the end, she's like, email it to me at veronica.mars@gmail or whatever.
At Hearst College. She said, at Hearst College. I was like, oh, geez. 5 years.
5 years.
You just made someone, it's no way someone at work gets that phone call and just like, yes, that's what I'm going to do for the next 2 days. Next week is arrange this for you. And you shouldn't be able to get this information that easily.
Right? Yeah. Addresses? Maybe phone numbers.
Names, phone numbers, and addresses. This is like an identity theft treasure trove that she's just getting.
Yeah, man. But while Veronica's on the phone with this person, Keith is walking out, the dean and his wife, and he's like, I'm going to track down your husband. Don't worry about it. So then they leave, and Veronica asks Keith, like, hey, what's up with that case? And Keith goes, well, you should give more grace to your dean. Because Veronica's like, oh, you see why he's the dean and he's a piece of shit? And Keith's like, you should go easy on this guy because his stepson is dying, and the stepson's dying wish is that he wants to meet his real dad before he dies. And Veronica's like,
yeah, Veronica, he tried to kick you out of school before this happened. Like that your stepson having cancer does not mean you get to be an asshole to another student. Like, what are you doing, Keith?
No, you can.
Yeah. Also,
you got carte blanche on that.
Well, I'll bring this up later when we find out more about the stepson, but I was very confused. Or not confused. Yeah. I thought, how big is his family? This step family that he has?
Yeah, I don't remember seeing this kid in the family picture.
I don't remember him having multiple stepsons.
Yeah, I thought it was only the one and then a daughter.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, could be wrong. So then we get a classic Veronica in a wig. She's at the poker game dorm room, the Venetian, and everybody's chilling, but then a bunch of guys in president masks, they are there, and they pull out guns on everybody, and they're like, oh, everybody, put the money in the bag. And they're doing a fucking like Scarface type of accent going on there. And they're going up to Mercer, and they're like, what's the combination for the... I can't do Scarface.
Say hello to the bad guy.
And they take the cash supply from the... Fuck, what is it called? God damn it. Why can't I remember? The safe.
Yeah. The cash box. The combination cash box.
They pistol whip the blackjack dealer. And then on their way out, one of them is like, give me your necklace, Veronica Mars. And Veronica's like, no, that stays with me. And I was like, this bitch.
This is very important. This is a thing that I have never worn.
Yeah. There's no lore behind this except for 10 minutes earlier when I talked to Weevil about it. No, this necklace stays with me, but carry on. And the other robber goes over to her and he's like, what'd you say, you fucking little bitch? And he snatches her chain, yanks it off of her neck, and she's like, and then she goes, you're gonna regret that. And I was like, did she like bug the Lily? She got like a microphone in the Lily necklace?
I thought she was bugging. I thought she was gonna drop a bug in the bag when they asked for the wallet and stuff. Everyone has to put their phones and wallets in a bag. I was like, oh, she's definitely dropping a fake cell phone in there. And she's dropping a tracker in there. I was like, she's going to track these people down in like 5 minutes.
Yeah. No. She just gets her chain snatched. Yeah. You're going to regret that. And then the president guys leave.
Mm-hmm.
And then campus security shows up. They're trying to get statements from the kids. Mercer's talking to him. He's like, yeah, there was like $10,000 in that lockbox in that safe. Then Logan shows up and he's like, what the hell? Hey, what's going on here? And Veronica's like, where were you? He was like, I was in class. I told you that. And then she goes, they stole the necklace Lily gave me.
And then he's like, oh, dear baby, press your face up against my bosom. I'll keep you safe.
Yeah. Up against my emo bosom. He's got an emo wig on.
He walks in past everyone, obviously, like, cops are there, security, and he's like, what's happening? And I think he's doing a bit for the character that he's dressed as because it's Halloween. But I don't know what character he is because he has on a wig, too.
I have no idea who they're supposed to be dressed as.
I know. Somebody will let us know. I was like, is he Chachi or something? But I don't know. I wasn't sure. I couldn't tell who she was. She just had a black wig on.
Yeah. I mean, he looked just like kind of like an emo guy. Because he just had the wig and a plain white T-shirt. And I was like, this is a real shitty costume.
And she just had the wig on and then like a sweater and
she has like a red sweat, the long sleeve on.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Veronica says in this scene, oh yeah, wait, Sheriff Lamb shows up.
Yeah, Lamb shows up.
Oh boy.
And, he's a dickhead just right out the gate.
Yeah. They are just, I mean, his character was always bad from the first episode. Like, from his denial of Veronica's assault claim. He was a bad guy. But there was like a little more motivation behind his claim because of the city not liking what the dad did. And it was like they were always on the out. Here, he's just, I don't even know how he keeps showing up to this college that has a serial rapist. And he's just like a cocky sheriff in a Western or something. I don't know.
And it's like, it's cartoonish.
Yeah.
Like he's on like a Vinnie Van Lowe level of cartoonish.
Right? Yeah, it's just something like, I like the idea of him being the foil and being the antagonist, but there's not a balance of when he's doing it. It's something that just doesn't land right for me.
Yeah, he comes in, he's like, oh, illegal gambling, underage drinking. He looks at Veronica and Logan. Public displays of affection. It's like Sodom and Gomorrah in here. And then the campus police is trying to give him information, and he's like, hey, JV, varsity's on the fucking case now, okay? Why don't you sit back, relax, we'll handle it from here. And that guy's like, Jesus Christ, dude, I was trying to help you.
He's like, I've solved 0 crimes in my tenure as sheriff, so I think I can handle this.
Yeah. And this is where Veronica's like, step aside, Sheriff Lamb. I'm pretty sure I know who robbed the party.
And you're like, if this was season 1 of Veronica Mars, maybe I'd believe her. But season 3 has proven that her first hunch is just wrong. Flat out wrong, and wrong in a way that's always like damaging.
Yeah. She just goes around pointing fingers at every resident of Neptune until she lands on the right guy, and then she's like, there we go, I'm a genius.
Yeah, she's like wrong the whole episode, and then we'll get to the end, and then she's like, I'll tell you exactly how you did it. It's like, now that you've ruled out everyone.
Now that you've called every student at Hearst a rapist.
Yeah, you've gotten a teacher like all of her weed taken away. She's in pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So we go to Wallace, who's studying, and then his buddy comes in. He's like, what are you studying for, you dork? And he's like, man, I'm failing mechanical engineering. And it's what I always wanted to do with my life.
It's so true. What?
It's like, wait, it's when?
What if you wanted to be a mechanical engineer?
This is the first we're hearing about.
Are you still on the basketball team?
Like that drop of that fact, I was like, wait a minute. And he's like, man, I've always wanted to be a mechanical engineer.
I was like, I don't think, what are you, you're 2 months into college. It's October.
He missed the date to drop the class, which is usually like within the first, 2-3 weeks of classes. How is he failing that hard already?
And how is he going to drop the class but also be a mechanical engineer?
Yeah.
And I was wondering this question too. Is Wallace good at school?
I don't think he is.
He did a good job pretending to be a nerd when they crashed that college party.
You know what? You're right. He did. But I feel like when he was talking about going to Hearst, it was like
he just got his grades. He just got enough.
He just got in because of his athletic stuff.
Yeah.
But now he's like, I was always good at mechanical engineering, And now I'm failing it so bad and it doesn't make sense.
It's too early to be failing out of the class. It's 2 months into college. They've had at most 2 big tests. At most.
Yeah. Well, that's the story they're giving us, man.
He was also taking sociology.
Yeah. That's one of those like core classes, one of those bullshits.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The first year is also very just getting regular classes in. You're not going too deep into your Yeah. Did you notice his friend that comes in, a guy we've never seen before in the show, as you like to say.
And I didn't get his name until like way later. I think his name is Joe.
Yeah, I mean, if you see a Joe, it's like whatever. There's like dime a dozen. But
hey, whoa.
but this actor is Robert Richard, and he was in the Vampire Diaries. But I recognized him from a bunch of like sitcoms, like One on One was one that came out like in the 90s or something. He's been around. He's been popping up and stuff. But I wanted to bring up.
He looks familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wanted to bring up this because it happens again later. Because this is a new director for these episodes, right?
No, Nick Mark, but these are new writers.
Okay. Well, he leans on, when we first get introduced to him, he is doing a weird door lean. He is leaning against the door in such an awkward way. And there's another awkward door lean that happens later. And I was just like, this is interesting blocking.
Well, I also want to say that this dorm that Wallace is in looks way different than the one that we saw at the first episode.
Well, I had to question.
Where the fuck is Piz?
Yeah, where's Piz?
Yeah.
This seems like a perfect Piz and Wallace type scene.
Yeah.
Is this guy just friends with Wallace? Is he on the basketball team? Like,
I don't know, but he needs Wallace to go out. We need to go out, Wallace. You know what you need? You need to stop studying. We need to go out.
Mm-hmm.
And Wallace was like, no, dude, I got to study. I'm fine. I'm failing mechanical engineering, my dream since I was forever.
Since I went to Chicago to find my dad.
Yeah. So then we have Keith. He's calling the dean and he's like, hey, I found the ex-husband. He's in Southern California. He's a voiceover actor and and Keith's like, I got a plan to arrange a meeting with this guy. Yeah, I knew exactly what this plan was going to be.
I didn't necessarily, but I was like, why not just, it doesn't seem that hard to track him. Like, just go to his house, right?
Show up at his house, yeah.
Yeah.
Now we got to have a wacky.
And just to mention, I think he broke into the guy's house. He mentioned on this phone call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
No need to tell your client how you got the information. I guess he asked them.
Yeah.
But yeah.
He faked being some kind of government inspector type
county official or something. Yeah. Just something that like you could fire Keith for, but if Weevil did this, you'd have to be like, hey, Veronica, let him go.
Yeah. It's unreliable.
Unreliable.
So speaking of Weevil, he's coming home and he hears a dog barking in his apartment. He's like, that's weird. I don't have a dog. And he opens his door and Veronica's in there with backup. And she's like, where did you put my necklace? And Weevil's like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And she's like, yes, you do. You robbed the party. I told you about the gambling at the thing. I told you about Lily's necklace. And it just so happens a couple hours later, that place gets robbed with a guy that was your height and with an accent that you can do for sure.
Not an accent. The tall guy is the only one that talks in the robbery.
Oh, right, yes. And she's like, there's a guy that's around your height. You stole this stuff. Give me my shit back. And we was like, I didn't steal your shit and fuck you for thinking that I did. And you can leave. And Brian's like, all right, but I'm on to you, guy.
I did not like this scene because Weaver goes like, after all we've been through, you're still blaming me. And then she goes, after all we've been through, can you blame me for blaming you? And I'm just like, wow, Veronica. Wow. Like, why would you, if you think Weevil was going to rob this place and take the chain off your necklace, why would you, one, have him work for your dad, two, get him a job working at the school? Like, she's so against him here.
Yeah, she's just like, fuck you, Weevil, you stole this shit.
Yeah, but she was, like, but meanwhile, when he stole all the money from the winter or the spring, whatever thing, the carnival, she was like, hey, so how'd you do it? Okay, cool.
Well, he didn't steal Lily's necklace. That means so much to her that we just found about this episode.
Yeah, and I was just, I don't know. I'm watching this. I'm like, I don't believe he did. Obviously, I don't believe he did this kind of setup that he would pull some stuff like that. But I thought it was someone else that did this besides who we find out later.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just aggressive. And the Mars love breaking into people's places. Like the fact that she was able to get in.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, she was talking about, like, I can't believe, like, you talked in class earlier about how you miss your life of crime too, and that's why you're doing this. And we was like, get out of my house, dude.
That classroom thing was crazy. He's just sitting up there. He's doing that, like, cool teacher sit on the edge of the desk talking to the students, and they're all just, like, eating it all up. They're like, oh my God, wait, you did what? Oh my God. I was like, this would not happen like this.
Yeah, he's got the one leg up on the table. Yeah. Let me tell you about the first bike I stole when I was 6.
Hey, you know what would be more interesting than bringing in the maintenance worker that you're going to see walking around campus, talking about all his criminal activity and incriminating himself even more at this job that he really needs? How about Veronica Mars tells you anything about one of her million cases that she did?
Ask her about the Aaron Eccles case.
Ask her about the necklace that's on her neck from the murder of Lily Kane.
Yeah. And ask her about Beaver.
Yeah, to ask her about the pet stealing, the kidnapping vet place that was kidnapping dogs. The Silicon Valley, the Silicon Mafia at that one college. Yeah. Like, she has so many stories.
Deep pull, dude.
She's
Mafia.
She's got so many things.
Ask her about the time she almost got the witness protection lady killed or whatever.
Yeah. These are all better than Weevil's like,
her dad is a private investigator, and she chose to bring in Weevil. Ask them how they found out about Woody Goodman, the mayor of the town that blew up in a plane.
Her dad caught a serial killer.
Yeah.
He caught the guy that was killing people, the Neptune Strangler or whatever.
Yeah. No, let's have this maintenance worker.
the maintenance worker come in. Yeah.
So, speaking of Keith, we go to the sting operation they have set up for the ex-husband. Cliff's there, and it's a fake voiceover audition that they sent this guy on. And the ex-husband shows up. His name is Steve Bottani or something.
Played by Richard Grieco.
Yeah. From
If Looks Could Kill and A Night at the Roxbury is what I know him from mostly. He was a big name in the, like, 90s or something. He had a run. Richard Grieco.
He shows up at the office thinking that he's got this voiceover audition situation going. And he walks into Keith's actual office, and the dean is there with his wife. And the wife does an old switcheroo because Steve is like, what do you want from me? What do you want, more alimony or whatever? And she's like, no, Jason is dying, your son, and he needs a bone marrow transplant, and he needs your bone marrow, and you need to donate your bone marrow. And Steve gets in the whole thing about, like, you left me because you thought I was a deadbeat and I didn't have enough money. And she's like, no, I left you because you're lazy, and this is the only time that you can show that you're an actual father. And Steve is like, yeah, but you're mean to me. And the dean is like, shut the fuck up, Steve. Just give the bone marrow. This is the one time you can be an actual father. And Steve is like, you know what? No. And you know doing this whole fake voiceover thing? This was really rude. I thought that I had an audition and I'm out of here. And he just leaves.
She calls him lazy and he's out there trying to get voiceover work.
Yeah.
I love, this is very nitpicky, but Cliff is in there doing great announcer voiceover stuff. As you say, great.
Yeah, because Cliff is an actual voice actor. He was the voice of like one of the Fairly Odd Parents, I think.
So the funniest part about that is Cliff is doing it and they call Cliff to go in. And then Cliff's like, well, I still need a second. You want to go in first, pal? And then Steve goes in. And I'm like, that is not how any audition process works. They call your name, you're going in. There's no like pass the buck to the next person.
I'm not ready. It's like, well, you should be, because this could be your big break, Cliff.
Yeah.
He must have actually done an Olive Garden ad with the amount of times they harp on this Olive Garden bit that they're doing.
Oh my God. Yeah. He must
Keith
have.
does the whole thing like, hey, did you book that Olive Garden thing? And Cliff is like, I don't know. I haven't heard back, but I had a really stellar audition. Like there must be he must have done some Olive Garden shit.
Veronica Mars is even doing a different receptionist accent too.
Yeah, she's chewing gum.
Yeah. I would just... Did they change the sign on the door?
They did, yes.
Okay.
Because you see when Steve walks in, it's called like Mars Media and something.
Unnecessary. Just a bunch of unnecessary work.
They put a sign on Keith's door that says like casting director or something.
How did they get Cliff to be a part of this? Is he billing them for this hour?
Cliff's got a great voice.
No, but I'm saying, is he billing them for this hour of pretend?
He probably offered to buy him some ramen or some shit to get him some lunch. He hadn't seen Cliff in a while.
They're eating a really sloppy looking sandwich later.
Dude, that sandwich was such bullshit.
Looks like Keith made that himself in that little kitchen in the corner.
Well, he's also got like a bib on to eat a sandwich. Like, bro, what are you doing? We're getting way ahead of ourselves here. But Steve is not going to donate his bone marrow to his dying son because his wife is a bitch.
This show, dude. Like, to have him be a deadbeat dad is one thing, but to just be like, yeah, he can die. I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, my son that I was like, you took him away from me and now I never see him, and so he can just die. Like, wait.
Here's what I don't get. Why not make it he needs a kidney transplant or he needs something else? Bone marrow, it's like a little bit of painful to like get rid of it, like to take it out, but it's not like you're losing a kidney. You only have one kidney yourself. Like make it something like that. The sacrifice that he would have to make is not as big. So him not doing it makes him seem even more of an asshole, but then it's also so we don't have enough time to motivate it enough.
Yeah, I don't know the process of bone marrow, but like if like the kidney thing, that seems like higher stakes.
Yeah.
Like, and more of a sacrifice, like you're saying.
Yeah, you don't have the kidney anymore. Like if someone comes in, you're like, okay, I really have to think about it. If it's your son or something that you like, obviously you do it. But that would at least give him, I'm not saying that we have to nuance everything, but this guy, he's a side character that we don't have enough time to fully develop it, but he's just like a straight up asshole. Like this is so aggressively asshole to like a kid that he can argue more that he's not the kid, but she's like the blood test. Like you're a match.
Yeah. The paternity test says that you're a match.
Yeah. Cyrus
O'Dell, I think, pushed him over the edge. Old Ed Begley Jr.
Yeah.
Come on, you stupid son of a lazy bitch.
If I have to break you in half and take the marrow in myself.
Yeah. I was like, you?
He's tall. He's tall.
Yeah, he's big.
He's tall. He's tall.
He's big. Big guy. Anyway, probably has to take.
My favorite part is when Ed Bagley, the dean, tries to go out and chase him, and Keith stands in the doorway, super small, trying to block his way.
Yeah. Because Keith was like, you're going to slip and you're going to break your hip, old man. Maybe not.
Keith's like, I wanted this whole plan to happen, but I don't want to see it to its conclusion, and I'm going to stop my client from confronting what? I don't know.
Yeah. So Weevil's leaving. He's going home from a hard day's work at the college, and he sees Logan. Looks like he's macking on some cutie. And goes up to Logan. He's like, "Hey, what's up there, Logan?" And Logan's like, not much. What's up with you?" And he's like, "Oh, it looks like you're looking for your new..." Okay.
No. You're not gonna brush over. You're not gonna brush over the casual racism of Logan coming back in.
Yeah.
Because Weevil sees him. He goes, "Hey, Joe College," and Logan goes, "Oh, Jose lunch pail."
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Oh boy, here we go. He's back on it."
And then Weevil's like, "What, you looking for your next girlfriend?" And Logan's like, "Yeah." Then we get the little like whoop 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 whoop, and Sheriff Lamb shows up with sacks, and they're searching Weevil's car because they suspect that he is the robber. And they find something in Weevil's car, watches or something. And they're like, "These are the watches, all right." And then Lamb arrests Weevil, puts him in the cop car, and then Lamb gets over the like cop car's loudspeaker. He looks at Logan, he's like, "And I'll be back for you later," or something.
Mm-hmm.
Logan's like, "Ha ha 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 ha."
I think this is a scene from the intro when he puts Weevil in the car.
Yeah, that weird brown molasses looking fucking intro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So Weevil's arrested again.
I like how Logan's just been joking around this whole time, and he's giving Weevil shit while he's being arrested and just smirking at it. Mm-hmm. And he's like, "Oh, try this."
I mean, Weevil's also like, he's like, "Oh, go ahead, arrest me, officer." Weevil's not taking it seriously either.
And he's like, "Oh, take this." And Logan's telling him, "Take this cell. Ask for this cell that has the best view. This has the best, like, whatever."
Yeah, sunlight.
And then when Lamb says, "I'll be back for you later," something, Logan's face drops, and he's all like, "Oh no." What? Why are you? What are you afraid of right now? And my life advice for Weevil is just, if you can, just don't stay in this town. I was
gonna say, leave.
Just get like, you have a sheriff that will just hunt you down for everything. It's just a matter of time. Just get out. I know he's got probation, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like he sees his family much anymore either.
Yeah.
What
happened to his little sister? Didn't he have like a little sister?
He had nieces and nephews. I don't know.
His grandma.
Yeah. There was like 2 kids, 2 cousins or whatever. I don't know.
So then we have Veronica's at the sheriff's office, and Sheriff Lamb must have did a pit stop at the barber shop on the way back because he's got a fresh haircut now.
Yeah, every false arrest, he gets a haircut.
And Sheriff Lamb is like, "What are you doing here, Veronica?" And she's like, "I want to talk to Weevil because I want to get my necklace back." And Lamb is like, "Wait, you actually think he did it? You're not trying to help him?" Then he does the robot, and it goes, does not compute. And Veronica's like, "What the fuck was that?"
Did you hear there's like a cop in the background that goes like, "The sheriff's doing the robot"?
Did not hear that.
This is insane. Lamb's like, "I can't believe you think the bad guy did it." And my logic is, Veronica's been right in every case that Lamb has arrested the wrong person. I don't understand his like, "Wait, you actually think the bad guy did it?" Show me a case that you arrested the bad guy and she was wrong by saying they didn't do it.
Show me a case that you solved, Sheriff Lamb,
without her help.
Solved anything, yeah. God, that robot was fucking hilarious
when he did that, and it's so long.
It was also like it was also out of character too. Like,
I don't know what they're doing with this guy.
Yeah, but Lamb is like, "Yeah, I mean, we definitely think that it's Weevil because Weevil used one of the stolen credit cards from the party to order a pizza and delivered it to his own apartment. This guy's a fucking idiot." And that tips Veronica off. She's like, Well, now I don't think Weevil did.
He's like, he's not that dumb.
Yeah. But so then Veronica goes to Weevil's cell and she's like, look, Weevil, I just want my necklace. And he's like, I don't fucking have your necklace, dude. This was a frame job. Somebody framed me. And Veronica's like, all right, well, I'll look into it. And he's like, all right, go ahead, look for it.
They have a moment where he was like, you could just take my word for it. And then they just both like laugh like, I can't do that. And I was like, what is their relationship?
Yeah. Well, it was also like, didn't Logan say something like that to her earlier too? Like, couldn't you just take my word for it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
And then she was like, maybe that's the theme.
I feel like Weevil has earned enough grit. Does she think Weevil killed? That's the thing I was wondering. What do they think happened to Thumper?
Who's Thumper? We forgot. Who the fuck? Who cares about Thumper?
The guy that
was like a whole summer ago. That guy, fuck him.
The guy that Logan
bringing up Thumper. That's old shit. Where's my necklace?
The guy that Logan unintentionally killed, and the one that I think Veronica thinks Weevil killed.
Did Thumper steal my necklace? No, I don't give a fuck about that guy. Fucking Thumper, bringing up old shit.
When you snatch a necklace off of someone's neck, I feel like that breaks the clasp and you have to get that fixed.
Yes.
And why would you get it fixed?
I was going to bring that up later. But yes, that breaks the necklace.
Yeah.
You have to get it fixed.
You're not
getting a new chain.
You're just not using that as a necklace anymore. You're just taking the pendant and pawning it or something.
Yeah, man. Yep.
Just so dumb.
But yeah, so Veronica's going to look into this case. So then we go back to Weevil. He's studying still. And damn, this is so hard. I don't get it. He gets a knock at his door and it's his buddy and he's got some cuties with him.
His pimp shows up.
He's like, come on, man. Huh?
His pimp shows up.
Yeah.
This is definitely Wallace's pimp.
Let's hang out, bro. I got 2 babes. And the babe's like, come on, Wallace. Don't you want to hang out with us and our titties? And Wallace is like, damn. And then his buddy's like, here's the number for a tutor. Wink, wink.
Mm-hmm.
Just call him. He's the best in the biz. And you'll be taken care of. It'll be great. Just give this guy a call and you'll pass all your tests. And Weevil's like, all right, word. Get in here, everybody. We're about to have a fucking freak off.
And this is where I was like, where is Piz?
Yeah, Piz is nowhere to be found. He's doing his little radio show. Hopefully more terrible news being broken over the airwaves.
Yeah.
So then Veronica goes to a pizza shop. And this is amazing. This is something that you've been waiting for 3 seasons.
Yep.
She goes to the pizza shop and she's like, hey, pizza guy, I need some help. And the pizza guy is like, oh my God, you're Veronica Mars. And she's like, huh? She's like, yeah, you're like fucking famous. I go to Neptune. You like solved all these cases at our high school. You're fucking incredible. Like you're an investigator. You're so cool.
Yeah. And you're attractive too. Like it's a double whammy.
Yeah. And Veronica's looking at him like, another fan. This guy's pathetic.
She is treating this like she is on a time crunch.
Yeah.
I don't get the rush that she's in.
Well, she kind of like rolls her eyes at this kid and he's like, no, you're so cool. Like I look up to you. You're so awesome. And she's like, yeah, buddy. Well, you know what? Well, I'm on a case and I need your help. And he's like, really? You need my help, little old Danny? And she's like, yeah. There's a pizza that got ordered here. And do you have any records of the caller ID of who delivered it to this address? And he's like, let me check out the fucking computer. We got everything stored there. Oh, this is so cool. I'm on the case.
Those pizza shops that have the computer facing the customer.
Yeah, with MS-DOS.
Yeah, it's like 2 computer screens running. And this actor, I feel like we've watched him in something. He looked familiar.
I didn't recognize this guy.
Yeah.
The TA from earlier I recognized, and Wallace's buddy looked really familiar, but this kid, I don't think would know him from anything. But this pizza order was made. Oh, fuck. It wasn't a caller ID situation. So it was an internet order. So there's no way I can get like the phone number. And Veronica's like, well, can you any way of knowing where the order came from? And he's like, yeah, but like the only person that knows how to do that is my manager. And he's not here. And Veronica's like, you want to do some Veronica Mars shit with Veronica Mars and pretend like you're the manager? And Danny's like, this is all I've ever dreamed of doing.
Yeah.
And so he calls the internet company and he puts on a fake accent. And he's like, Mamma mia, I'm trying to get to the order of the pizza.
No, he does a German accent because his boss is like Schreiden fraud or something. Freighter.
Yeah. And so they're tracking down the internet order. They get the IP address, and it's from a computer at Hearst College. And Veronica's at that computer. She sees it's across the hall from the Hearst campus police office. And then she gets up.
Well, the thing about it's across from the campus police, but it's in the student union building where Weevil has been working, and that's why he had like drywall on his shoulder at one point. That's the thing. Yeah. You can see there's a bunch of construction.
Yeah. And Veronica gets up from the computer, and she had sat in some gum, and she's like digging it off of her ass. And she sees a little girl across the hall who's chewing some gum. And Veronica goes up to her and she's like, can you tell me why the fuck I have gum on my ass? Little girl chewing gum. And the girl's like, fuck you.
She says, I thought this was a good school. Shouldn't you be smart?
Yeah. And Veronica's like, this fucking little bitch. Are you serious? You sassing me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. So then Keith is eating some lunch with Cliff. They're talking cases, and Cliff is like talking about some crazy lady that he's representing. And then Lamb shows up with a guy from the LAPD, Detective Sanchez. And he's asking Keith some questions about like, hey, did you go to this Steve guy's apartment? And Keith is like, yeah. He's like, were you impersonating a county employee? And Keith is like, yeah. What are you going to do about it? And Keith is like, yeah, go ahead, arrest me for that. I don't give a fuck. He's like, well, you got bigger problems than that. Steve's gone missing, and you're the prime suspect. And Lamb is like, I've been waiting for this fucking day.
And this is where Keith's head just drops when he hears, like, Steve is missing before we go to a commercial break. But before that commercial break, Keith is being so cocky and a jerk to this LAPD detective. He's like, did I break the law and break into this guy's house? He puts his wrist out like, I guess cuff me and take me downtown. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah. Like, what? Why?
It's very weird. Like, just disrespecting this guy.
Yeah, I'm like, this guy didn't do it.
It's one
thing if it was just Lamb.
To do it to Lamb.
Yeah.
But this guy's like serious. He comes in, he's like, hey man, this is what's going on here. And Keith is like, fuck you, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, they could arrest Keith just for the impersonation or at least something. Like, I don't know why he thinks he's above that law on that one.
I mean, he's done it several times.
Yeah, but he hasn't been caught doing it. I mean, he's still...
Yeah.
If you get caught, that's something. But I don't know. There's a guy that drove down to San Diego / Neptune from LA for this. And you're just treating him like he's... I don't know. It's just the way it was a weird character choice to have Keith be so dismissive of this.
Well, before all that, this is the infamous floppy sandwich that Cliff is eating that just looks like he's like waving it in Keith's face and all that shit with his little bib on. And after Keith, they talk to him about like, hey, this guy's gone missing and you're the prime suspect. This is where Cliff takes his little bib off. He's like, now it's time to go into lawyer business. And he's like, well, is this anything to do with the law? Because if it is, you have to say so, because then I can start booking this motherfucker for billable hours. And he's like, are you going to arrest him? You got anything? And they're like, no, we're not going to arrest him, but we're keeping our eye on him. And then Cliff is like, well, then if you want to talk to my client, then here's my card. And they make fun of his bus ads and his little jingle. Well, he's not he's proud of his jingle.
Yeah.
And he sings it for him. But the cops are like, we're going to keep an eye on Keith. And then they leave. And Keith is like, thanks for sticking up for me, Cliff. And that's when Cliff goes, hey, when you hear your family. I was like, what is this Olive Garden?
Yeah, no.
He has to have done voiceover for Olive. He has to.
I mean, why not have them eating pasta?
Yeah.
The bib would make a little more sense.
Looked so horrendous.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to eat lunch with your buddy, you're not going to brown bag it to his office. You're going to get lunch, or get takeout.
Why are they still hanging out? Are they working on a different case now? I guess they were just telling more stories.
Yeah, they're just hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the scene where Cliff does the wall lean too. He I think he's talking to him and then he walks over and leans on the wall again. It's such a weird shot. I don't know. This whole scene was just an information dump. If you're the LAPD, I'm not driving down to say that I'm calling Lamb and being like, hey, there's a missing person and this guy did something. I'm not showing up to just say, hey, you're a suspect in this case. Bye.
Yeah.
Never to be seen again in this episode. That's way too much legwork for a guy that is a nobody in Steve.
Yeah. Also, for listeners that don't know, LA, we're just going to say Neptune and San Diego.
Yeah, more or less.
That's without traffic. That's a 2-hour drive, but there's traffic. This is the middle of the day. This will be this was definitely it's going to take him 3. That's his whole day. Dude,
going down and back. That's a whole day. That's a whole day's trip to tell Keith that he's possibly a suspect in the kidnapping.
There were times where I was doing shows in San Diego where it took 5 hours to get to San Diego.
Yeah, they're midday.
It's so annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. During the day, it's going to take fucking forever.
And also, Lamb, Keith didn't kidnap this guy or make him go missing. Why are you? What is this wishful thinking?
He just wants to make Keith sweat a little bit.
Keith isn't at all. He should be more. Yeah. He should be more sweating the fact that he got caught as impersonating a county official.
Yeah,
that's still
something
the crime.
He actually did.
Yeah, that he admitted to also.
Yeah. But then Keith is like, all right, I'm going to do some digging. I need to figure some shit out. Mm-hmm. So he calls the hospital, and Jason, the dean's stepson, Steve's actual son, was discharged yesterday. Mm-hmm. And he's not in the hospital anymore. And Keith is going to try to track down the dean and the wife and all this kind of shit.
Yeah. I think if there's a scene where Cliff and them are talking about what he thinks happens. That's when Cliff leans against the door. He's like, it has to be the family that did it.
Yeah. So then Keith fucking comes into this dean's office hot. Mm-hmm. And he bursts open the door and he's like, you son of a bitch, where's Steve? And the dean's like, he's in Mexico with my wife and the son. Keith's like, oh, that was easy. Yeah. He's like, yeah, they're going to go through with the surgery there. You got to go. And Keith's like, well, I'm going to go find them. And the dean is like, well, I'm going to go with you. And Keith is like, this is going to be a fun little buddy cop situation. All right, yeah, come along.
Well, he doesn't want him at first, but then he says, if you need to track her phone, you need me to be there. And I can say one line and she'll ramble on for minutes.
Yell at me for 3 hours.
Yeah. So they're like, yeah, women, right? Hop in.
Yeah.
Kids. They grow up so fast. One day they're taking their first steps. And the next, they don't fit into the tiny sneakers they took them in. You blink your eyes and their princess dress is 2 sizes too small, and their dinosaur backpack isn't cool anymore. But don't cry because they're growing up. Smile, because you can profit off of it. For real, there are a bunch of parents on Depop looking for the stuff your kid just grew out of. Download Depop to start selling.
So then we go back to Weevil in jail. Veronica shows up, and Weevil's like, hey, a couple of the maintenance guys they found the stolen stuff in a dumpster, found the guns too, and they didn't find the necklace, but they found all the stolen stuff. And Veronica's like, great, well, they found the guns.
They didn't find all the stolen stuff.
Well, yeah, they found some of the stolen stuff, like the masks and the guns. And Veronica's like, great, I can track down the ownership of the guns. And Weevil was like, no, you can't, because the guns were fake. They're prop guns. And Veronica's like, son of a bitch.
Also, maybe these guns aren't registered. Veronica.
Right.
Yeah, maybe the robbers didn't. Maybe the robbers didn't have registered firearms.
Nah, robbers are pretty good about that.
Yeah, just making sure they got all the paperwork and everything up to code.
They want to make sure that shit gets traced back to them.
They're not scratching out serial numbers.
No. So Veronica's like, who would have prop guns? The theater department. So she goes to the theater department. She's like, hey, where's the props department? And the kids are all there standing in their weird costumes. Nobody turns to face Veronica.
Yeah, I was like, are they about to go on stage? Like, why are they?
That's what I was like, are they in the middle of a play or something?
Yeah.
Like, what is this?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you want to talk about weird staging and blocking.
Yeah.
This scene is a nightmare.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, the props department is Melissa or whatever. And Veronica's like, where can I find her? And because there was a robbery and there was prop guns. And they're like, guns? This is the theater department. We don't do guns. That's the film department. You need to ask them because they're a bunch of heathens. And Veronica's like, oh, okay, well, where do I find the film department? And then the theater kids start shitting all over the film department. They're like, oh, they're terrible people. They sprayed our stage with Pam. And Veronica's like, what's Pam? Who's Pam? And I was like, you don't know what Pam is?
I've seen the way you live, Veronica. You know what Pam is.
Right?
You're a detective. That would be the one blind spot that she has.
Yeah. They're like, it's the fucking
like if
nonstick spray. Are you dumb?
If you didn't know what Pam was, that would make sense.
And then Veronica hits these theater kids with the line of all lines. She goes, maybe this is the film department's way of saying, break a leg. And then she exits.
Yeah.
I was like, God, they had to put that in there, didn't they?
The long silence you've heard in this podcast is basically the reaction we all had when we watched this line being delivered in real time.
Time stood still for a little bit when she delivered that line.
Didn't she go like, but I'm out? Like she did a whole thing.
Did. She did have a little pregnant pause and then did a drum roll or the and then like, Veronica Mars out. And then she like backs out with finger guns like the SpongeBob meme.
Why are the kids not with a bucket and a mop mopping up the floor? Why are they all staring at it?
They have to just stand there and stare at it.
Why are they staring at it like this is an unsolvable problem? I'm just like, clean it up.
I was blown away that they all are just facing the same direction for no reason.
They're in full costume. I don't believe that there is a performance about to happen. There is no audience. They're in full costume and they're all like, they're not standing next to each other, looking at it, like pondering what to do next. They are staggered like chess pieces.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So weird. They're just like looking off into the distance. Like I know that they're like not supposed to be mourning the floor that seems irredeemably damaged.
Yeah. Get some soap and a bucket and some water and clean it up.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
So then Wallace goes to a guy's dorm, Max. He's the tutor guy. And he tells Wallace to come in, close the door. And he's like, hey, whose class are you in? He's like, this guy's. And you're like, all right, well, got study guides. That's $100. Or you can get the answers to all of the exams because this guy's used the same exams for the last 3 years. That's an extra $100. And Wallace is like, I don't want the answers. I'm an upstanding gentleman. I'll just take the study guide. And this guy, Max, looks at him like, you're a fucking sucker, dude. You're dumb. You'll be back. You'll be back. And Wallace pays for the study guide, and he's like, thanks, Max. So then Veronica goes to the film department's film festival, short film festival. She's there with Logan. And Logan's like, whoa, they say that life imitates art, because the movie that's on screen is people in president masks robbing a store. And Veronica's like, oh, I know who did it now.
Now
I will point my finger at the director.
I love that they're standing in the middle, too. When they see this, they're just standing in front of a bunch of people. Like,
yeah.
Down in front, please.
Right? So then after the film festival's over, Veronica goes up to the director of this movie, and she's like, hey, there was a robbery here, and props from your movie were used in the robbery. And he's like, yeah, I know. All of our equipment got stolen after we were done filming it. And we got everything back, luckily. The campus police actually solved this. We got everything back except for the masks and the guns. And then he looks past Veronica, and he's like, whoa, aren't you Logan Eccles? And Logan's like, yeah.
Finally, dude. Like, it's...
Yep.
This guy was on TV. His dad was super fit. His dad is infamous. Like, infamous. His dad is infamous.
So this guy goes up to Logan, and he's like, hey, man, I don't know if you've ever, I'm a director. I don't know if you've ever really thought about investing. And Logan's like, nope.
Nope. My money problems are solved from last episode. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Yeah. We'll deal with that later. I'm still living in a hotel.
So, yeah. So he's like, yeah, all the stuff got returned except for the masks and the guns. So I can't really help you. And Veronica's like, damn, I really thought this was going to be solved and you were the guy that did it. I guess I was wrong about that too.
Mm-hmm.
So then we go to Wallace, and he's studying the study guide, and he's like, man, fuck this. I'm going to go get the answers. So he goes to the guy.
Dude, the way they do this, he walks in, he knocks on the door and just holds up money. Like,
yeah, it was fanned out.
Yeah.
520s. Hey, man, big spender.
I'd be like, get the shot.
And Max looks at him like, I knew you'd be back.
Yeah. It's like, but also put that money down, dude. I'm trying to keep this a little discreet.
Right?
Yeah. There was just a robbery on campus,
Yeah, right, dude. Like, dude. So we have the dean with Keith, and they're in a hospital in Mexico. And Keith is like, I can't find the guy. And then he gets a phone call from Cliff, and Cliff is like exposition dumping to Keith. And Keith hangs up on the phone. He's all pissed off. And he's like, you motherfucker. They're at another hospital. They're in San Diego, you son of a bitch. And the dean's like, And then Keith's like, what'd you do? Did you knock out Steve and take him to the hospital? And the dean's like, I mean, yeah, it's kind of what I did, yeah.
Yeah, apparently the wife has a friend who's a doctor at another hospital. I mean, this is... Yeah. It's so much... I think it would be a lot harder to pull this off than they're making it seem.
Yeah.
Getting the operating space to actually, and then actually doing it in a like you would have to do this in a non-working hospital, like you would have to do this in a private facility, like one of those like other places, not like a full hospital. There would be so much paperwork, so much stuff like, wait, what is this guy in here? Wait, we're rolling there's 2 patients in here. What is this guy? You fake signed his forms? Like,
well, like how the fuck would this happen? Because they made it seem like the dean knocked out Steve, right?
Drugged him or something. They had to drug him.
And then brought him to the hospital.
Unconscious.
And they were like, this guy, he agreed. Like, what is his wife being like, hi, I'm Steve, like with her finger on his mouth. I'm Steve, and I agree to this bone marrow transplant. Like,
yeah, and it's like during the day. And it's like during the day.
Yeah.
This is like
how did this happen?
This is like in a warehouse at night type situation.
Right? This is a mafia doctor situation.
Yeah.
But apparently, maybe when Steve woke up in the hospital, he had a change of heart or something. I don't know.
No, I mean, we find out later what happened, but no.
Yeah. But Keith is all pissed at the dean. Then we go to Wallace in class, and he's taking his test, and he turns it in. He's all smug looking. The teacher immediately starts looking at Wallace's answers, and he's like, wait a minute. He's immediately suspicious. It's like, this guy's been failing like a motherfucker, and now he's giving out
Wallace
perfect test scores.
Yeah, Wallace did the worst thing possible, is that he handed in his test early.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Rookie mistake.
He's been failing the class, and he's going to hand in the test and be the first one to leave. I was like, have you learned nothing from Veronica? Like, have you not learned how to be a little sly? Just, and you got to aim for like a B minus. You got to be going wrong. Like, you got to be like wrong answers here.
Yes.
I feel like he just 1-to-1'd it.
Well, he also better change his major, because if he wants to be a mechanical engineer and this is like mechanical engineering 101 and he's failing it already, bro, your dream is dead. It's only going to get harder from here.
This is like probably the first test that they had to take.
Yeah.
How has he been failing? I don't know. I get it if you're not getting it. But
yeah. So yeah, the teacher looks at his answers and he raises his eyebrows. He's like, something's fishy here. So
he never even asked Veronica to help him, and Veronica's like super smart.
Yeah, she's too busy.
Where's Mac? She's smart.
She's at the gym with Parker.
This season is missing Mac. I need more Mac. We're 5 episodes in? Very little Mac.
Yeah, she's been in like 2 episodes.
Yeah.
I mean, we said that about Weevil too. We're like, where's Weevil? We've also said that about Wallace, and now we're saying it about Piz.
Yeah, Piz. I feel like Parker's got more screen time than Wallace. I mean, not technically more screen time, but I don't know.
Yeah, more. Yeah, impactful screen time.
Yeah, Weevil's had 2 big episodes though.
Yeah, last episode. Yeah, or the
2 episodes ago. Yeah.
So Veronica, she shows up at the campus cop's house, and she's like, "You're the thief. you're number 47 on my list of people that I could point my finger at. Yeah. So you're the thief, and I want my necklace back." And she's there with backup. Mm-hmm. And the campus cop is like, "You don't have any proof that I'm the thief." And she's like, "All right, well, I got the masks, and there's a lot of hair in these masks, and it's DNA." And this guy's also bald. Like he's like got the donut kind of going, mm-hmm. the power donut. Mm-hmm. And I was like, how much hair could actually be in there? You know what I mean?
All you need is one strand.
No, and she says there's a lot though.
And his partner had
She's
hair.
like, this thing is full of DNA. But she's like, I won't say shit if you just give me back my necklace. And then the campus cop is like, I'm gonna need a day to get you your necklace. And Veronica's like, that's not gonna work. And then you hear the whoop, 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 whoop in the background. Mm-hmm. And the campus cop's like, what did you do? And Veronica's been wearing a wire this whole time.
Yeah.
She's like, busted. And yeah. So then Keith and the dean, they're showing up to the hospital. Operation's already happening. Keith's going to go tell the cops about the dean and what the wife did. And then the dean's like, what would you do? What if it was Veronica who needed this? You'd do the same. Then Keith looks off like, God damn, he's got me there.
I hated this so much. He pulls the father card at the last minute because Keith is like, oh,
it's my son.
Keith realizes the only way you guys get away with this is if the guy dies in surgery, because then he can't come up and be like, hey, they drugged me and did this. Like, they will all go to jail for kidnapping, stealing its bone marrow. And Dean's like, it'll be worth it for my stepson that I loved so dearly. I'll spend the rest of my life in jail to save this kid.
Yeah. He does say something like that. Keith is like, you're going to go to jail for this. And he's like, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Like, your son's going to be in foster care now. Like, what?
But then he pulls the father card, and Keith feels like he had never thought about this. Like, Keith was just fine with this kid. Like, Keith had no reaction to the guy that he brought in saying, no, I'm not going to give him bone marrow.
Yeah.
Like, Keith didn't go like, you know what? There's a sick kid. maybe I'll go and see if I'm a match to give bone marrow. Because it doesn't have to be the parent to give you bone marrow. Like he could have done that, but he has no feeling towards this kid or anything. He's just trying to. It's weird. It's making it seem like he's trying to save his own ass throughout this. Yeah. And then all of a sudden he's like, wait, if Veronica was doing this, would I let her get away with kidnapping a baby and lie to the FBI about not knowing anything? I probably would. So I don't know why
I would never trust her again.
I would never trust her again. And then
next episode, hey, I need to work on a case.
Then I find out she had an STD in court.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, what? How does this hit Keith here? How does this the first time he thought about it? Like, it's so TV coded.
Yeah. But then we go back to the campus police. Lamb shows up. He has arrested this guy. And he's like, yeah, we found a lot of the stolen stuff, but we didn't find your necklace. I'm sorry about that. And then
did you think he kept it to give it to Madison?
Yep.
Madison will love this.
But then the local news shows up, and then he menacingly goes in Veronica's ear, and he's like, see, this works better when you play by the rules. And then he walks over to give the interview for the local news.
What? What does that mean? I just... Was it because she like wore a wire to let him get the information? If she...
I think that it's like he's happy because he's getting the credit for the case that Veronica solved.
But he always gets credit for cases that Veronica solves. But I don't know why he's saying this is what happens when you play by the rules. What's the rules that she's playing by? Like that she involved...
That she worked with him with the wire.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If she didn't do the legwork, he would just blame Weevil and call it a day. This is the same guy that was like the bus driver with shrapnel in his back. He's the one.
It's also
like...
Yeah, I don't know.
That line didn't make any sense. He should be on his hands and knees, like thanking Veronica for solving yet another crime that he gets to go on TV for. He had Weevil arrested. Like, he's not working with, it's not like he teamed up with her. I don't know, man. I just didn't get it. I didn't get it.
Well, while he's giving this interview, Veronica goes to her car and the Neptune school bus drops off the campus cop's daughter, who turns out to be the gum girl from earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And she sees Veronica in the car and she goes over to give Veronica the business. She walks up to Veronica's car and she's like, you big dumb piece of shit. You got my dad arrested. You're a fucking asshole. And Veronica rolls down her window and notices that this little girl is wearing Lily's necklace.
Mm-hmm.
So Veronica reaches out of the car and snatches the chain from this little girl. And the girl's like, oh, how dare you? And Veronica just drives away.
I can't
with this girl just mouth agape.
I can't wait for this girl to be the villain in like season 4.
Oh yeah, this is like Kill Bill, where the bride with Vivica A. Fox's daughters.
It just, and the fact that she goes to, what is she like? Was she going to Neptune? How old is this girl? Is she
It looked like I guess it's middle school or something.
She doesn't look freshman age. I don't know.
Yeah. But I just love the look on the little girl's face as Veronica yanks that. She's like, my dad gave that to me. And Veronica's like, I'm not even going to dignify that with an answer, and I'm just going to drive away.
Veronica's face looks so serious there. Like, she looks... it's interesting. She looks like angry, not like, oh, I found it. And she doesn't have the elated feeling that she normally gets when she solves a crime. She looks like depressed.
She looks like she's finally realizing the people of Neptune aren't that good. She's like, man, these people.
Wasn't she supposed to go to Stanford?
Yeah.
She should be in Stanford.
Yep. Anywho, so Wallace is at his dorm. TA knocks on his door, gives him a notice. He's called into the classroom of the professor. And you can see Wallace is busted for cheating. Also, the song that's playing right now is like, I've been busted.
We get this
busted, I've been caught.
We get this sad little montage.
Yeah.
The horror movie begins.
Yep. So Weevil's called into the classroom. He's going to get a talking to from this professor. Weevil gets released, though.
Mm-hmm.
They release Weevil.
They have to. Because
yeah,
I guess Lamb, if you play by the rules, and the rule, I guess, is arrest the first person that you think it is and let Veronica solve the case. Guilty until proven innocent.
So then we get a time jump to 1 week later.
This
Vance rolled his eyes so hard.
When that came up, I was like, they have never done one of these.
Yeah, I was like, what is this? What is happening here?
It comes on the screen 1 week later. You're like, well, wow. Okay, sure.
Yep. So then Keith walks into Lamb's office with Steve.
Mm-hmm.
And Steve's like, hey, man, sorry to cause all this trouble, but like, I just went camping for a week. That's where I was. I wasn't really missing. I just didn't tell anybody. I didn't bring my phone because like I just wanted to get away from it all. You know what I mean? And Lamb is like, interesting.
I was like, is this really a priority? Like, was Lamb actually looking for this guy? It seemed like,
well, it was like when Keith walked in with him too, it was like Keith, the attitude seemed like Keith had him by like the nape of the neck and just like shoved him in there. Like, explain where you were, Steve.
Like Keith's like, see, I didn't kill this guy. Like, what?
Yeah.
All right, sure.
So then Steve and Keith leave, and Steve's talking to Keith, and he's like, well, my ex better not bother me anymore. This is the last time I'm going to have to deal with her. I better not hear anything about alimony. I better not hear anything about child support. I better not hear anything about anything anymore because I donated my bone marrow against my will.
Yeah.
And Keith is like, it's all in the paperwork that you're going to sign. And the guy is also now driving the Porsche from the beginning of the episode. And he's like, you like my new car? Keith's like, yeah, it's pretty sick, man. He's like, yeah, this is like part of my payment for donating bone marrow to my son.
for being drugged and shoving. Why not have him extort them for it?
Right?
Make him more of a bad guy and be like, I'll do it, but you're going to pay me for it because he's wants money and he's broke and like he's holding that over them.
He's brought up the alimony several times. Like, be like, I'll do it if you like leave the alimony, like extortion.
Yeah, and then they don't want to extort them. They don't want to do it. But I think if they literally would have said, hey, we'll pay you to do this, he would have just done it.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, the Dean's got multiple classic cars, it seems like.
Yeah, this is the wife's car. Yeah, this is the wife's car, he says.
Yeah.
But that Dean somehow has a lot of money for the Dean at this college. And I don't know what his wife does or where she has money from or whatever. I don't know what that family's financial situation is. But I think you could have paid this guy. If you're willing to kidnap, go to Mexico with the private detective, hire a private detective, I'm sure you guys could have come up to him and said, hey, here's this amount of money for us to do this. And you probably could have lowballed him for less than what this car's worth.
Yes.
If you could have been like, hey, we'll give you 10 grand for some bone marrow. He would have been like, cha-ching.
Sold.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he's still like, he should sell that car.
I mean, he probably got money too from them. I mean, he has them raked over the coals. Like, if he says what they did, they go to jail. He can ask for whatever. So I don't even think the car is just anything. I don't think that's everything. And then he drives away and stalls out off camera. You can hear it. I just don't know why. We've seen like Logan do that too, where he pulls off and then he stalls out a little bit.
Yeah, that was weird. I remember that when Logan did it.
And this one you just kind of hear it. And I don't know what the point of this story is. It's not that engaging. It doesn't make me like the Dean any more or less.
And what's the lesson learned here?
Like, I'd rather have the dean be involved in his maintenance worker that he hired because Veronica made him hire him being arrested for robbing a casino that shouldn't even be operating on the school. It seems like the dean should be involved in the school shit. It's like so much shit happening on campus right now.
Not to mention,
yes,
the serial rapist.
Yes, but now
we'll get back to that now.
Yeah,
this little bookend.
But we're dealing with a stepson I didn't even know that the dean had. That's 9 years old. When he said he's 9 years old, I was like,
different than the Juggalo makeup kid.
Yeah, I was like, wait, he has another stepson, and this one's got cancer, and what is this story? And it's not even like it ties in well enough for Keith until the end, where he's like, what if this was Veronica? And he's like, shit, I don't even know where Veronica is right now.
Yeah. Oh, the daughter that I left in New York alone for 3 days?
She's got backup this season again, so she's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, fucking backup.
This storyline is whatever. I don't care about this Steve guy. I don't care about the stepson I just found out about. I was thinking about, what about the kid in the walls from the previous season? But I don't know what this story was for.
This is a completely separate topic.
Uh-huh.
But do you notice in the Mars household that awful poster of like backup that they have hanging above Keith's chair? I can't stand that fucking poster. And it doesn't match the decor at all. It's like a cartoon, like superhero thing. And every time it pops up on screen, I'm like, this is so stupid and doesn't fit anything in this apartment.
I did not notice that. I did notice in the True Blood episode we watched where they have a close-up of a dog painting. The dogs are playing a role, man.
Yeah. Patreon.com/boyswatchingbuffy. But yeah, man, I mean, backup's back after being legitimately missing for half a season.
Yeah.
Like, he's been gone.
Yeah.
But, so Veronica, she's at school. She gets the Camp Waterloo address list finally.
Someone compiled all that information for a stranger who, if you compiled that information, you could find out she never went to any of those camps.
Yep. So she's with Backup and Logan, and they're going to this guy's house. And Logan's like, how do you know this is the guy? And Veronica's like, I went through all of the campers. This is the only Asian guy. His name is like...
Only Asian guy in Southern California.
Yeah. So they knock on the door, and his roommate answers.
Mm-hmm.
And Veronica's like, hey, is Wang here? And he's like, no, he's at class. Why? And then she's like, I think he raped this girl. And she pulls out the ATM picture. And the roommate's like, no, he didn't. And Veronica's like, oh, yeah, how do you know? And he's like, well, that's Claire. And that's Wang's girlfriend. They've been going out for a while. And Veronica's like, dun, dun, dun. That's the episode.
The way that she takes out that picture and be like, he raped this girl.
Yeah.
One, probably don't give that information away so candidly to the person that's not that person.
Yep.
Because if that person knows that you're onto them, maybe they run. Maybe they leave.
I mean, this guy is very nonchalant about this accusation too. He's like, no, he didn't. That's his girlfriend.
The way he laughed it
also,
off.
you can do that, by the way.
Yeah.
But like,
the way he laughed it off was like, that's his girlfriend. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, he could pull what Dick tried to pull with Madison, you know.
Yeah, just because it's his girlfriend doesn't mean he can't.
But that being his girlfriend probably means he didn't shave her head.
Yeah.
This serial rapist is not like dating someone and then shaving the head. It's not going to be this guy.
No, it's absolutely not. It's going to be foil. And he's making a wig out of the hair that he's took from the ladies.
I am not looking forward to finding out how whatever happened to her that night.
Well, because it's,
there's a 3-hour
when
gap.
she was like, this picture, I was like, this picture was taken at 2 and she woke up at 5. I was like, that's a 3-hour gap. Anything could have happened in those 3 hours. This is Neptune, dude.
But why is the boyfriend not with her?
Maybe they had a fight or something. He looked annoyed in the ATM. Dude, also, Claire in the picture. Her eyes are like crossed in the picture. She's like drunk as fuck. Yeah. Drugged as fuck. But like,
well, she might just
so
be
funny. Like,
she might just, I guess she has
that's
to.
True. She might just be drunk because that store clerk was like, she was drunk as a motherfucker.
Yeah, but she could be drugged at that point too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what drug and the timing, and I don't know. You got to ask Logan, the guy who was handing out the drugs at the Pomeroy party.
True. True.
Remember how mad Veronica was at the homophobic Navy guy when she found out that he gave the drugs to Logan and provided them? She was like, "You provided the drugs? You're awful. I hate you. I'm going to leave you on the flagpole." And then they were like, "Yeah, but I gave him to Logan. He did it." And she's like, No, he's an angel. He's an angel.
He's hot though. I made out with him.
Yeah. I am the architect of all your pain.
But yeah, that's the episode. What'd you think?
It's fine. It didn't depress me like the last episode did.
Yeah, this one was kind of all right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's stuff.
The Dean stuff didn't make any sense.
I mean, it's a fine side story, but it's so. All these side stories have like an extra layer of like darkness to them that doesn't need to. Like, I think it could be more interesting. Like if he was conning them out of the money, if he was like, "Oh, all right, they need my bone marrow. You need this," and then Keith tries to talk them into it, and Keith finds out like this guy's a real asshole, and then Keith comes up with a plan of how they can like actually get him to do, like Keith finds some incriminating evidence against this guy to compel him into doing the bone marrow thing without extorting. I feel like that's more engaging than having a LAPD guy to be like, "Hey, all the sky stuff that you do, that's now you have to like find this guy," and then driving to Mexico to drive back, which took like 5 minutes in screen time. It's just have it be more emotional resonant where Keith is trying to like relate to this guy on a father relationship, and he realized like this guy is so far gone that like fuck him. Now I'm gonna do private investigator shit and figure out what I can get this guy on so that I can utilize him and save a kid's life. Like Keith is like, "Oh man, the cops came down. I guess I got to really look into this now." Like he wouldn't even have paid any more attention to this at all if it wasn't for the cops showing up. Which it's just stuff like that where I'm like, I think you can resonate the B story a little more. And then Wallace is just like, there's like 8 shots of Wallace at his desk looking frustrated. It's like, "Oh, I can't get it. Hey, you want to hook up with these girls?" Yeah. It's like, I don't know.
I guess if I'm going to fail out of college, I might as well enjoy it while I'm here.
Yeah.
But
I know what I wanted to say. I thought it was going to be the girl in the class that was doing the robbery.
Oh, there was a talking to Weevil that asked.
Because I was like, okay, they would know that he's a former criminal, and they wouldn't know, and they could probably know about the parties just because common knowledge probably. So
yeah,
that's what I thought it was.
I also like you mentioned earlier that like they address the rape case in the middle of the episode too. Where
the earlier part when she calls the place. When she calls the place to get it. Okay. Yeah. That's it continues. Like that's the thing.
Next episode is titled High Infidelity. As in hi hello. They're going off of these like movie title like pun things.
Yeah.
This one was President Evil. This is High Infidelity.
Is the President Evil dealing with Weevil? What is the President Evil?
No, it's the presidential masks from the robber guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
This is Nixon.
I think who could be do you think Logan cheats on Veronica?
Yeah, I was going to say, this has got to be Logan.
because that girl that he was talking to, that looked very flirtatious when he was outside of the car.
Yeah, it looked like he got her number. Like it looked like she gave him her number or something.
I thought there was going to be more to that scene there, but
well, we're going to have a whole episode of it in High Infidelity.
Man, I don't know. They break up and they get back together again. Like what can Logan do? What could Logan do that Veronica would not stay with him? Like if the
the key card.
If the Kendall thing is not enough. Yeah. And does he know that Kendall's dead? What is the show doing? do they know that Dick's stepmother is dead? I just don't know.
They have to. They have to.
I don't know. Keith was like, I did something bad. And then the next morning he was like, I'm fine.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to say it's, well, we already did do that. Yeah, I guess it's Logan.
No one else is in a
Logan or Dick.
No one else is in a relationship.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got to be them.
If it's, or it's going to be
another Keith cheating on my husband case.
Yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't be the dean's wife cheating. Yeah, I'm just going to say Logan is either cheating or gets caught cheating, and it leads to some, or gets caught like in a situation that seems like he's cheating, which I think would be like a hat on a hat based off what we just saw not too long ago. But
yeah, I was going to say that. I was going to predict that he's not cheating, but then we literally just did that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that he definitely is cheating. And who's he cheating with?
Ooh.
Mac. I'm going to say he's hooking up with Mac. There we go.
I'm going to throw...
fuck it.
My prediction for this season, I had that Wallace and Mac hook up at some point. But I'm not seeing that happening so far. But, I know what it is. I got it. Logan thinks that Veronica is cheating with Piz.
Oh, okay.
That's going to be mine. I'm gonna do the Logan is cheating or Veronica's cheating, or she thinks Veronica's cheating with Piz. Now we flip it and he's the jealous boyfriend.
Oh, okay. I like that prediction. Like that. I'm sticking with Logan's hooking up with Mac.
Hey, I mean, and if Veronica shoots a zombie rapist next episode, you nailed it.
I think that's still on the table.
Dude, Wang's Claire's boyfriend. He's an undead zombie boyfriend. What are you talking about? This is iZombie.
Oh God. But that is our episode on President Evil, everybody. Thanks for listening. Join our Discord. Let us know what you thought about it. The link is in the show notes. Join our Patreon, patreon.com/BoysWatchingBuffy. We're talking True Blood and this month, Twilight New Moon. Shout outs, Apple Podcasts, 5-star rating or review, Spotify 5-star rating, screenshot, send it into us, Instagram, TikTok @BoysWatchingBuffy, BoysWatchingBuffy@gmail.com. And stay tuned next time for when we talk about High Infidelity.
When you're here, you're family.
This time of year, everyone talks about going dry. But at Athletic Brewing Company, we're skipping that because we prefer going athletic, which isn't dry at all. From crisp Goldens to hoppy IPAs and limited releases in between, you'll find something that fits your style. Every single non-alcoholic brew is packed with flavor and the same craft experience you love. So yeah, you could call it dry, but there's really nothing dry about it. Find your new favorite near beer at athleticbrewing.com. Athletic Brewing Company, fit for all times.
Seltzer Kings.
Podcasts.